Welcome today to Highlands House, and we have some fantastic things going on today. Good morning, I'm Alan Pamphilon and I'm with Chelmsford Civic Society today, and we are a fantastic exhibition going on here in the prestigious Highlands House. We have a lot of technology to display, and it's all a legacy from the Marconi company. We have both Leonardo and we have Teledyne E2V. Both are prominent Marconi legacy companies. So the legacy that Mr. Marconi started back in 1899 in Chelmsford is very much alive, and we are displaying the very best of it today. We also have the Chelmsford Engineering Society with us as well, and a lot of the actual people that work for Marconi also belong to the Engineering Society. So it's quite right that they are here today to show their side of the things as well.
I'm Malcolm Noble and I'm Chairman of Chelmsford Civic Society. This is a joint endeavour by Chelmsford Civic Society and Chelmsford Science and Engineering Society, and it's an exhibition related to Marconi. It's our present focus, which is the Marconi legacy. So this is the Marconi legacy exhibition at Highlands House in the middle of this magnificent Highlands Park. Pleased because it's, as you can see, it's packed. Loads of people, because it's a wonderful day for people to come out, and lots of families.
What on earth has that junk there on that poster got to do with the Marconi legacy?
That's Guglielmo Marconi, who died in 1938, having worked in Chelmsford, first in Hall Street and then to new offices and factory at New Street from 1898. So 1898 until his death.
What on earth has Marconi done for Chelmsford?
Marconi has put Chelmsford on the international map. It was Marconi's invention that led to the first development of wireless technology. That's technology without wires. In the beginning of the Great War in 1914, people were very worried about our communications with America and with the British Empire, because it relied on undersea cables, which could be cut, and indeed were cut during the war. But because of Marconi's invention and development of wireless technology, we've been able to send radio waves across the sea, across continents, across countries. We were able to continue to maintain uninterrupted communications with the British Empire at the time, and with America and other allies.
Year out and working towards it. It doesn't matter where they've done it, to be honest. As long as they've got some, I've met some people, I've done some real work, I've turned in the time cleaning, done some reports, interacting with customers, hand assignments, hand deadlines. That is really important. So you know how that is there. It doesn't matter what it is to get started. It doesn't matter whether it's with a, we don't think that's things to say. You've done. We can be another. Any work experience you can get. No, but you say that, but it is. So safety works in all
My name's Alex Wilcox. I'm working as a mechanical engineer at Leonardo, and we're demonstrating some of our thermal imaging cameras here and some of our soldier systems radios.
So why have you come here?
So for me personally, it's mainly about getting young people into engineering. That's what I think the best thing of it. Obviously, Essex got a big amount of history with Marconi and the legacy stuff, but we've got to get it more into the younger generation.
How have you found it so far? Been open about half an hour?
Yeah, it's really good. We're getting a lot of people in straight away. It's it seems to be going very well.
What do you want to inspire them to do and to be?
So we want to inspire like the next generation to realise that they can change the world, they can build the technology of the future. And that's what I got into engineering for. I hope to leave some sort of mark on the world, and I hope that's what we're going to get young people today into from this sort of thing.
What sort of exhibits have you got here?
So we've got one of our older generations of thermal imaging camera here, which is working inside. We've got, as you see on the TV, we've got some people in infrared.
My name's Arthur Cunningham. I'm a systems engineer and I work at Leonardo. And we're here at Highlands House today, showing a lot of the kit that we've got. So I'm showcasing the personal radio that we have here. This is our founder Marconi, and he's proudly modelling one of our PRR radios. So pretty much every man in the field has issued one of these, and he can then talk to his squad. Before then, they relied on hand signals, and maybe one or two people per squad might have a radio for communications. But this has really revolutionised the way that troops can talk to each other in the field. It's got a range of just over half a kilometre, and can also talk through buildings and through heavy cover as well, so troops can stay well connected and well informed of the battlefield when they're on it. It's called PRR, this personal role radio.
It's enhanced PRR is the new one, isn't it?
What made you put it on Marconi? What has he got to do with wireless communication?
Well, that's a very good question you asked there. Obviously, Marconi was the inventor, if you like, and main proprietor of radio in the very early days, roughly 100 years ago. And he started off in Chelmsford, where we are today, and did some of his transmissions from the city. So he's got a real connection with the local area. And you see lots of places in Chelmsford named after him. So, as our founder of the company, we're now called Leonardo, but were previously called Marconi, and a lot of the people at this event have worked for Marconi. We thought it'd be nice to put his legacy on him. So a real bit of modern, I guess, state-of-the-art kit that's originated from his early work.
I'm Jude Hawley and I work at Teledyne EGV in Chelmsford. This is a little infographic that we've got of all of the missions that Teledyne have been involved with through the years. So starting from the Sun and then getting further away from the Earth, the furthest away is at Pluto, and that is 3.7 billion miles away.
3.7 billion miles away. Are you planting a flag of Chelmsford City on there, or a Teledyne flag? Is that not your job?
So our job is to manufacture the imaging devices that go on there. So
what's an imaging device?
So it's essentially a camera, but a very high resolution camera, so that we can take some very clear images of Pluto, of comets, of the Sun, or even looking back at the Earth, like all of these satellites. Most of our satellites do stay in space, and they have solar panels on them, so they are powered by the Sun. There are some missions being worked on at the moment where they're looking at the return of equipment, but most of them are still there, and a lot of them are actually still working and still sending back data as well.
Can they have another role after your role, so they're still working but doing other things? Are they multitask?
Some of them are. So a good example is the Mars rover that's collecting space dust and doing different surveys of Mars, and our images just help with that research.
So people working for you in Chelmsford are looking for life on Mars, aren't they? Is that one of the roles?
Oh, maybe. Who knows what's out there?